Max Kellerman, who is the NBA's MVP right now on Friday, February 22nd at 11:32.
Clearly, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He is the Greek freak. Is
nice accent there. You got it.
I think I still. Yeah. By the way, the best basketball player in the world so far this year, and I still don't say his name right.
I think you got it.
The Greek freak is something different. Like when you look at what he's done this year, Budenholzer has been able to create an offensive system that has been unstoppable. Kind of like the Warriors are unstoppable offensively, but they don't have the same level of talent as the Warriors. Nevertheless, in a much improved East, they've basically wire to wire so far been the best team in the game with the best record. Giannis is unstoppable. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to throw it down on you every time. He attacks the rim with such ferocity. And if you don't, he's going to find the open man. If you double him, so he does, he still might, but if you double him and there's an open guy, he's going to find him. Giannis has that LeBron James passing ability. People don't talk about it enough. It's not just like he finds the open man with that extra level of like, you know, when you watch a guy like Jason Kidd or you watch Magic or Bird or someone like that, it's not just that they're great passers, it's that when you're watching them pass, it's like they're brilliant. They're anticipating things before they happen. Giannis has that kind of stuff, but it's with that LeBron James laser-like velocity and precision on the pass. He can put it on the floor, he can handle. He can defend the rim. And then you can build a winning team around him. Not just a winning team, but you can build the best record in basketball with him and a single other all-star. And it's not like Middleton is clearly and by far an all-star. He, in a good year, is an all-star, like this year. Giannis is the MVP of the league, and maybe then some.
Well, first of all, I think you're wrong. I respect where anybody's coming from, including yourself, as it pertains to the Greek freak, because he is the real deal. Shaq came on a radio show and said, yo, I'll give up my Superman cape for him. Nobody else, but for him, I love it because he goes to the rim. He'll yam it on you. He's a man amongst boys in that regard. Nothing but respect, excuse me, for the Greek freak. Not taking anything away from him. But Paul George is my MVP thus far. I know, therefore, you know, Milwaukee's had the best record in basketball. They're leading the East by a game and a half over Toronto. They've got 44 wins. Oklahoma City has 37. But when you look at what Paul George is doing, averaging 28 and 8, okay, when you look at his shooting percentage from the field, his shooting percentage 40% from three-point range, what he does on both ends of the court, defending as well as scoring as a perimeter player. Remember, Russell Westbrook ain't even get started yet. I know he's averaging a triple-double, but he shoots about 24% from three-point range. He shoots about 41% from the field. Russell Westbrook hasn't even gotten started yet. It's Paul George that has been carrying this team, regardless of them damn triple-doubles. It's Paul George that's been putting on a show. It's Paul George that spent the month of January averaging nearly 40, okay? And, oh, by the way, it's in the Western Conference. Now, we can look at the Eastern Conference, and we can look at Toronto and Boston and Philadelphia. Well, let's knock that down. Philadelphia, no depth, okay? Plus injuries to Joel Embiid, the questionable health that you pointed out to, Max. We've got to look at that. Boston, Brad Stevens and Danny Ainge decide to take care of their boy, Gordon Hayward, who I think should have sat out the first half of the season because of that nasty injury, and that compromised Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Toronto, Kawhi Leonard has missed his share of games, not to mention the fact that Siakam and Anunoby and those boys, although they can play, there's some adjusting there. And you, Max, have given ultra praise, well-deserved I might add, to Mike Budenholzer and what he brings to the table. So the exceptional coaching that has assisted Milwaukee, along with the other three main teams in the conference being in flux, has contributed to them running, being ahead in the conference. But in the West, you got LeBron added to a conference that already included Golden State, that already included Portland, that already included the Utahs of the world and everybody else. And you look at what Paul George is doing, as far as I'm concerned, right now, anybody, as much as I don't take anything away from the Greek freak, if you want to give some love to somebody, Paul George deserves it. This brother right now is a superstar. He's playing like one, and I'm going to give him props for that. And by the way, with those sneakers.
Yeah, right.
Which he doesn't deserve. I mean, I'm only playing around. I'm only playing around. Nike's Nike. I'm not insulting Nike. I'm only playing around.
No,
but you know
we
what
get
I'm
it.